is up, roomies? My name is Matthew Makak, and if this is your first time on the channel, welcome on into Room 51. I'm coming at you with a queer review where I talk about a board game that I think might benefit from having queer representation in it. And today I'm talking about Molly House. So in Molly House, we have, it's based on historical facts. It takes place in the 18th century London, and it has basically where players are playing as Mollies, and they are trying to have the most happiness by throwing these festivities in these underground places that were meant for queer folks to express themselves openly and honestly and authentically in these places, which is pretty cool. So the game has all of that, and you are there's beautiful artwork, by the way, on all the cards and the board and everything, and it has a historical aspect to it, and it's very truthful to that, and that is really cool. Now, so far, this is checking off a lot of my boxes for a queer game. This has a lot of queer representation in it. It talks about history, and during a time in which there was the Society of, for the Reformation of Manners, and they were going around and trying to stamp out all that they deemed deviant from society, and unfortunately one of those things were queer folks, and they would go to these underground Molly houses, and they would pretty much raid them. Now, in this game, you can become an informant for this society, and that is something that I wish wasn't part of the game. I don't know how appropriate it is during a time right now where queer folks are still marginalized by society, in many different societies, not just so I'm in the US, but we're marginalized here, we're marginalized in other countries as well, England too, still things are going on the basis of sexuality and gender identity. So I don't know how appropriate it is for us to play as an informant to go against the queer folks. I understand that it creates tension and it's realism, because this actually did happen during the 18th century London, but I don't know, it feels icky. So that brings it a notch down for me. Ultimately, I am going to give this a Room 51 seal of queer approval because it does have historic accuracy and it does have queer representation. I just wish that the informant was more of like an AI piece to the game where it just kind of happened along the way, and I think that could have created tension without us actually playing as an informant. So that's the only thing that I would say to be wary of in this game. But otherwise, it has representation through and through. And the rule book itself gives a whole bunch of history lessons in it, where you get to read passages of what was going on during that time. And then even the cards themselves have quotes from people during that time that happened, which is just really, really cool. I like that a lot. So yes, this gets a Room 51 seal of queer approval, and thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe, hit the like button, comment down below what you think of this game, if you've gotten to play it, what you think of being an informant means to you when playing a game like this. And yeah, I'm kind of curious to hear what other people think, so leave your comments down below. I will catch you next time.